Hey, started out with a dream, turned it into a thing, turned it into a goal. Po' boys diesel, look where we are. Yeah, we ready to fight, we ready to roll. Fighting the cancer, fight for the goals. Cold that we roll, for Mama Po. Shout out to Missy, shout out Baby Po. Can't do it alone, it's all part of the craft. If you viewing at home, then you part of the family. Yeah, it's Po' boys diesel, BWB, the dragon drive tool, black smoke and DIY.
Let's get started and let the Po roll.
What's going on, co-rollers? Po Boy coming back at you. Hey guys, today we're going to be working just a little bit. We got to remove some injectors out of the old Pegasus here. You guys know that I had reversed her into a stock configuration a while back when, you know, the first race engine, we had a little issue with it. So I went ahead and reverted her. But now we're going big. So I'm going to have to remove the injectors because I need some cores to send them over for some bigger injectors that I'll be getting. And yeah, I guess we're just going to get started. So what do you guys say? Should we jump right into it? Let's do it. Alright guys, so as you guys can see here, I had a couple things that I had moved around a little bit because I did remove, I don't know if you can see it through there, the H-pop previously, as I needed some cores to get some stage 2s from our friends over at Rose Synthetics. And well, now we're gonna need to pull out the injector, so we'll be stripping a lot of this stuff just to get to the valve covers. This one ain't much of a problem, as you guys can see is exposed, but this one is underneath the air intake system. And you know, this wiring harness is quite old. Yes, it's a 96, so we're gonna move that out of the way. You can see I have the regulator there from when it was or it still is regulated return, but we're gonna eliminate that too for now, so that way we could work with more space, be a little bit more comfortable. So yeah, let's jump right into it and see what kind of mess we could get ourselves into. Alright, looks like everything is fairly simple. She has been sitting for a while. You guys know I was out with my cancer treatments and stuff. That took me out for a while, but it's time to start making some moves to improve everything that we have here. So you guys know I've always been in love with my Pegasus, and you know, we have a lot of work to do also on the battle axe, and then after that we'll be working on the Pro Mod. But it is a lot of work. I'm a one-man show or circus, if you will. So yeah, we'll hit it up now and see where we could get to, so I could send those cores in and order the new injectors tonight. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so let's see here. We're gonna go ahead and remove the air intake. As you can see, oh, it's seen its better days. We'll need to get a replacement flexi cover for that one. It's pretty scratched up. It could be cleaned up, but I'd rather just replace it, get something nice. So we're gonna go ahead and remove the whole cold air intake system so we could start accessing that valve cover down there. We'll see what else we'll have to remove on the way. But yeah, everything looks good. Let's see, those look like 8 millimeters. I can't really tell back there, but it's probably an 8 also. So yeah, let me just go ahead and get those out of the way really quick. Alrighty, I think I got a good enough angle there for you guys, so let's hit it. Let's see how we could get in here and see what all is under. See the condition of everything. Now, I would usually tell you guys to be very careful with your wiring and these clips right here for the valve cover gaskets. Remember, these clips, these plugs, they actually control not only your glow plugs, but it also controls your injection system. So if you are planning on reusing, you know, your wire harness, which is common, or the valve cover gasket, then please have extra care, because these little tabs are very fragile. You're talking about older trucks. Last time they made a 7.3 was in 2003 on the on the Super Duties. So even that one, being a 2003, is 21 years old. So if you have a stock vehicle, there we go, that still has a factory original wire harness, then you definitely want to be careful with it, so that way you don't rip it apart and then you gotta buy one. You don't have the means to do it at the moment. Alright, I'm trying to do this one-handed as I balance with the other hand. But here we go. She's out. Oh, this valve cover looks really, really clean inside. Outside is disgusting, but it definitely looks clean inside. I'll put it there for you guys to see on the time lapse, but it really, really looks good. So I'm going to continue moving forward. Let me just set it off to the side and we'll jump to see what's up with the injectors and stuff, see if we can get those out today so we can send them over to Rose Synthetics for our new set of injectors. Alright, let's see what we got here. Alrighty. Rockers look really good. Yeah. Rockers are all stock, all good. Everything looks great. Awesome. So, first things first that I like to do is remove all the electronic components, meaning the plugs and stuff. So we're gonna remove these plugs here, and we'll continue by removing the glow plug it's basically a plug, a little plug connector, and then we'll remove our gaskets out of the way. Not that I will be reusing them, but it'll make it a whole lot easier, especially when we get to doing a little prying to pull these injectors out. Now these are both all AA codes, so they're all looking good. Nothing looks out of the ordinary. There's no discoloration on them, which means these electronic packs, the solenoid controllers, seem to be in good condition. I mean, she is running after all, and she was running great, so we're going to use these as core and go from there. So let's get right to it. So let me just try to scoop myself up in here and see how we do here. Let me pull these clips out like so and like so. Like I said, guys, I mean, I know I could basically rip them out of here if I wanted to, because I'll be replacing a lot of this stuff, but I don't know, doing things with care, it always tends to pay off at the end of the day. Could be fun to rip it all off, but you might mess up something that you might need later, and that's a part that nobody wants to go through. Alright, so these here are disconnected all, very good. Alright, so let me get a Torx so I can remove the spill spouts for the injectors. It'll be a whole lot easier removing them while they're still installed than holding the injector in your hands while you're trying to undo those little bolts. So yeah, let's jump into doing that. There's no gunk down there. The heads look really, really, really good. So, yeah, let me go ahead and do that. Bear with me now. Let me see this one just out of the blue. That might be it. Yep, that's the one. The trick is to try to do things and save money, not spend more money or throw away good tools and stuff. So, especially these little tools like this that you barely use, but when you need them, you need them. However, we're gonna do a little trick here. I'm sure you guys know about these tricks and stuff, but for those of you that don't, what I'm doing is I'm actually using a 1/4 inch socket. Let me see if I can show it there. That's a 1/4 inch socket right there, and I'm using this whatever you want to call it. It's a 5mm, to be honest. Yeah, it's a 5 bit. And in order for me to put it in the socket, obviously it's going to fall like it did. So what I do is I take a little piece of paper or cardboard, it could be whatever, put it right over your socket like that, and then use your bit in there. And what it does is the paper takes up the extra space in between, making it harder for that piece to fall off. So I try to pack it pretty good in there, and then I kind of tap it in a little bit to make sure she's good and tight in there, so we don't have issues with it coming off, hopefully. So let's send it again. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully it don't make me look bad, but if it does, you guys are more than welcome to laugh. Alright. That one's loosened up. Very good. Got one out. Let me reposition this thing here. That one's loose. When I went to pull it out, the whole thing came out because it kind of got jammed in there. But let's see here. Two. Alright. Just like so. And like I said, guys, this engine, I'm not really too worried, because this engine right here will be used as a core also, even though it's in good condition. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is tired, but it's still in working condition, and you know, it should take you anywhere you want to go without a problem. But I have to use it as a core in this case, so I'm not really worried about whether I take it apart or a little piece of something, a plug, a wire harness. I'm not really worried about none of that, because all of that is going to be replaced, as I was saying previously. Alright, let's just use this by hand. Now I could take the screw out by hand, the little bolts, but poor boy's got pretty big hands and it is a pretty narrow area to work. You see there the screw or the bolt, and this is what holds down your injector spillouts, which are these bad boys here. You can see. Now I always recommend that you take these off, like I said, prior to pulling out the injector. And number two, don't lose them, because you're gonna have to put them back whenever you get your new injectors. And I tend not to send them with the cores,
because you will not get some back. So keep them in hand, keep them protected, save them, put them in a place that you won't forget where they're at. And be very, very careful, because the material on these spouts is, I don't even know what to call it. We call it calamine or calamine, whatever you want to call it. But it's a real thin, brittle type of aluminum. It's a cast. And you want to make sure that it doesn't break. Sorry about the thundering that you hear. I guess I better scoot and continue doing this instead of doing so much talking. But like I said, I just wanted to make sure that I provide you guys with whatever information that I can. After all, that's my main intentions with this channel. I've always wanted to be able to give information to others so that they could do their own stuff and not have to always depend on, you know, having to go to a pricey mechanic or whatnot. Don't get me wrong, there are things that if you really don't feel comfortable, hey, take it to a mechanic. Don't make yourself what do you call it, spend more money by messing something up and then you can't fix it, or you strip it out and then you got to take it anyway to a machine shop or something and spend more money than you would have if you just took it to the mechanic from the get-go. It's like that. I'm sorry that I keep on disappearing from the camera, but I'm putting them all away as I go so that I don't lose them. So I'm trying to do it all organized little by little. I hope y'all not mad at me for doing that. Alright, this is the last spout on this side. Whew, I can feel the breeze is starting to blow again. So hopefully I don't have to deal with the rain again right now. Here goes the bolt. And the spout. That one over here. Alright, so we got those out. Now we're gonna look at, let's see here, as I crawl myself up in here. Alright, let's see. We got that out, we got this is great. We got the ones for the, what do you call it, the glow plugs down there. We should be fine anyway. Alright. Yep. Got these down here. I can't remember, but I think they're 8mm for the little bolts, the hold down, the injector hold downs. I think it's an 8. Let me just be sure here. Well, I don't know where the 8 is right now, but let's try a 9. That'll tell us. Yeah, it's definitely smaller than that, so let's see where we put that number 8. Let me move some of this stuff around here. Is this number 8? Yeah, I think so. Yep, that's the one. 8mm. Okie dokie. Sorry guys, I just knocked something down. I don't know what it was, but something I knocked. Alright. Okie dokie. Alrighty. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And that one I'm going to need the other so I can fit in there. Let's get the old Milwaukee here. Slide myself in there. Looks like so. Alright. So just as a reminder, it is an 8mm. Let me just go ahead and finish pulling it out. That one's loose now. These are the bolts. And you don't have to remove the top one because you can slide this armature up like that while you're prying on it. Oh, this one I could do by hand. That's a good thing. Or well, it's slower, but I just don't want to drop any of it. Get to this. Yeah, once again, these are AA codes, so they're single shot injectors, obviously on an OBS. And they are being sent in because I want to put some 180/30s onto the battle axe. So I'm going to go ahead and send these in. And the reason I don't send the ones from the battle axe in as a core is because the ones on the battle axe currently are better when it comes to making the injector size that I will need for the other, well, for this actual truck and the Pro Mod. They have a bigger or a more service, I don't know what to call it. They could make the larger injectors a whole lot easier with the ones out of the Super Duty than it is with an AA code one. So I guess they could bore it out a little bit more to fit the volume of fuel inside of it. Alright. Right. So I got all 4 of them. That's a good thing. Now let's put these bad boys somewhere where I don't lose them again. Or not again, but I'm going to lose them, period. Right there. And for those of you concerned, I know you guys know that I've been in a lot of trouble before because I got dehydrated and heat stroke and all that. So I'm trying to stay hydrated, guys. I'm doing it for y'all and for myself as well. The sun is definitely not a factor today. It's quite cloudy, but the heat is still there, ever present, let me tell you. I don't know if any of you have ever been here to Florida, and I'm sure there's hotter states, of course, but the heat here in Florida, it's a little bit different. And I'm not trying to say my state is hotter than yours and all that good stuff. No, that's not my intention. What I'm trying to say is that even though it may not be as hot as other states, there are some factors that play into the reason why I say it's so hot. And that is humidity. The humidity here in Florida, rain or no rain, is so high that, well, what can I tell you? You're basically breathing water when you're breathing. That's all you get is basically water. It's very muggy, sticky. After all, that's why they call Florida the swamp, because everything, I mean everything is so muggy. I think I got the, let's see if I got the smaller one. Where did I put it? There it is. I think this one will work a little better. There we go. There we go. Let's get this gasket out of the way. Like so. Let me set it up here for now. And these are the harnesses. Oh, that one came right out from the glow plug. That one too. Jeez. For those of you who have never owned a diesel, or you own one but you haven't worked on it, or don't know much about the stuff that happens inside, let's say it that way, with the vibrations, the harmonics of a diesel engine, everything tends to rattle loose within time. So a lot of parts do require Loctite. I'm not a fan of Loctite. Yeah, I mean, of course I am when it's needed, but I really do not like it when I have to pull a part out and it's Loctited in. But it's needed. So if it's needed, it's needed. That's all there is to it. These injectors have been here for quite some time. Let's see if we can get under here. Okay. All right. Just like so. And now, let's try to get a good spot where I could pry on it without hurting anything. But yeah, these bad boys been there and there. Let's jump to the next one. Let's see what I could get with these. The next one up there. Yeah, that one moved right away. Alright. Oh, almost fell. I'm in an awkward position, guys. I gotta play the balancing act over here. Alright, that one moved, but I don't know, if I think I'm gonna need the longer pry bar. This is just a little, that one came right out. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need the bigger pry bar. It'll work a whole lot easier for me. Yeah, let's get the long pry bar. This one is too short, and it doesn't give me the leverage that I could honestly use. Let's try this one. those. Now you see me flip them over to the side. That's so the oil could drain and the fuel could drain back in there and not make a big old mess. I mean, there's always going to be a mess, but the less of a mess, the better. For me, anyway, my thoughts. You guys might have a different thought. There we go. Yeah, that's what I needed. Longer pry bar. Give me a little bit more leverage. Alright, let's get in there. Just like that. Alrighty. A little bit on this side like that. And let it drain. Just like that. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and jump over to the other side and do the same thing. I don't know if you guys want to see it, but you've seen how I done on this one. It's going to be exactly the same thing. So I'm just going to leave it with the time lapse. That way you guys are not getting bored on me. Alright, let's go. Alright guys. So I was able to pick up real quick. Still got my little stand there. But yeah, it's pretty strong to rain right now. So I'm just gonna take a small break, I guess, again. I didn't even break up a sweat. I am currently inside the shed with the Scirocco. I had to bring a camera in, some of the parts that I have there, my tools and all that good stuff in. And even though she is ripped, you can see there. Oh gosh, these sheds, I'm telling you, I really need a steel building. But you gotta do what you gotta do with what you got. So let's just keep going. We'll see if it stops raining and we'll jump back into it. But for now, we'll just call it a break and cut. Well, it is still raining. However, it has slowed down quite a bit. I think I'm just gonna give it a go, whether I get wet or not. But yeah, I have to put everything back in the shed. Thankfully, Pegasus is parked right in front of this shed, so tools, I can move them back and forward real easy. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna hit it no matter what. Let's roll. Alright guys, so as you guys were able to see through the time lapse, that I did remove all the 8 injectors. There are 2 injectors that still have the spout on them. The thing that I warned you guys most about. The little tool came off of the socket. So it happens. But you know what? Like I said, it doesn't matter. Take it easy. Why even stress about it? It's not like the engine's not going to be pulled apart anyway. I'm just right now taking out some parts because I need cores, but
this block is going to North Carolina. So I wonder what they'll do to it. Anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish up here. You guys get the gist of it. It's just injectors, nothing big. I don't know, maybe an hour today here working, and it's mainly because, like I said, I got a lot of back issues, so it takes me a little bit to get into position and all that stuff without overstressing my back there. But we got everything ready. All the injectors are out. They're draining in. Once they're done draining, I'll go ahead and pull them out, clean them up. I'll remove those two spouts and clean them up, package them up, send them out, and rock and roll. We'll see how it goes. So I'll see you in a little bit. Alright guys, so we went ahead and pulled out all the injectors. As you can see, I have all 8 of them here in my lovely assistant, the milk crate. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and clean those up and package them up to send them out and turn them into some 180/30s that will go into the battle axe. Obviously you guys know now that the battle axe will be getting a full force diesel 180/30s. That's what it will be getting. And when it comes to the turbo, we're getting the forced inductions stage 1 that I got from them. So that's gonna make her into a great tow rig. You guys can see here, everything's been removed over here. That's the passenger side, and over here we got the driver's side. All of them out. Now I will be putting on the valve covers. Sorry, but the light is shining straight in my eyes. The valve covers back on just to make sure nothing, gets in there. But like I said, it's no big deal. This engine is going to be completely taken apart, and some modifications are going to be going in. So you don't really have to, but I want to keep it clean. I want to keep it as pristine as I can, even though we're not using it for that. We're not going to be putting a set of injectors back in there and starting her back up. So yeah, right now basically I'm going to have 3 down trucks. But it doesn't matter, right? I'm going to make them great. I'm going to make them awesome. So I'm kind of stoked, enthused, and like I said, these bad boys will be going out pretty soon. More than likely tomorrow. So I'll go ahead and clean these up, package them up tonight. I'll get in contact with the people for the injectors, and tomorrow I shall ship them out so that they could be made into the 180/30s that we need. And I'll have to contact one of the tuners, because obviously we're going to be using the Hydra chip, and we're going to be tuning it up according to the new turbo and injectors that are going to be going in it. So I don't know, I'm kind of stoked. I'm getting a little bit excited for the good old battle axe. So
pretty soon we'll start seeing some more progress. I know it's a short video. It's mainly all a lot of time lapse, but I just didn't want to bore you guys, so I made it short, simple. I'm sure you guys have seen this done a million times, but I had to do it, so why not film it for you guys? Well, I guess I'll leave you guys here for now. I love you all. God bless you, and let the coal roll. I got some cleaning to do. Bye.
Boys, D's, BWB, the dragon.